a production of the Mesa Chamber of Commerce. Visit us at mesachamber.org.
Thank you all for being here today. This is gonna be a lot of information in a very short amount of time. So please don't hesitate if you have any questions to jot those questions down. I notice that we have some packets to hand out, which I will do while I introduce today's sponsor. I really want to thank Eric because over the last 100 and so years, he and I have done this together, kind of introduced everybody to all that's available to them at the Chamber. So Eric Reber, if you want to talk just briefly about your experience and a little bit about SpeedPro.
Yeah, thanks, Bob. So welcome, everybody. Glad we've got a good attendance here, and I just wanted to welcome you too, for those new members, to the Chamber. One of the things that I tell people is don't make this the one and only meeting that you come to as far as orientation. Orientation is not for just new members. It's information that changes on a regular basis. So I would highly suggest you make this either twice a year, if it's possible, if not, just at least once a year. What's happening with the Chamber is the Chamber works really hard to make sure that they are keeping up with the needs of all the members, including myself. So they're constantly changing programs based on what's happening out there. Obviously, with the pandemic, that was a lot of changes happened throughout that. But as different programs come up, they'll start hosting those and making sure that, again, those you guys are aware of those and that you can take advantage of it. Again, this is the whole point of this meeting, is really to make sure that you understand all of the benefits that are available to yourselves as well as myself, what programs are out there, the different things. A couple of tips that I'll give you right off the bat. Number one, take on your calendar, and at the first of every month, put on there, check Mesa Chamber website for the events, and start going through all of the events that are on there. Check off the ones that are interested of you, and put those on your calendar. That way, when the time comes, an event's coming up, if you've got the time, at least you've got it on your calendar. If something else comes up that's more important, obviously with work or whatnot, or with a client, obviously you can take advantage of that. But at least get it on your calendar. That way, if you miss something, you might hear about it later on, that there was a great program and networking group that happened that I missed out on. So that's number one. Number two is, again, constantly try to get involved in the things that the Chamber is doing. The more that you get involved, the more that you develop the relationships, the more that you're going to get out of the Chamber, the more business that you're going to see coming to you. So again, it's really about involvement. It's kind of like the gym. You get a gym membership. If you don't go to the gym, you kind of look like this. If you do, you'll look much like Bob.
Right. Right.
But anyway, so use your membership wisely. Take advantage of it. We have an ambassador group, which Melissa and myself are part of. And make sure you ask us if there's any problems or issues that you have. You can always come to us. We can meet you, sit down, talk about anything that you have, what some of our successes that we've seen, and then kind of go from there. Real quick, I own a company called SpeedPro Mesa-Gilbert. We do large format printing and signage. So our objective is really to help businesses within Mesa and around the community to be visual and to be seen. So whether it's in the trade show industry, whether it's just if you have a brick and mortar, or if you're doing event type things, that's what we can help with, is creating those graphics or signage to help you get seen. I'll leave some of these brochures in the back. Help yourself, and again, feel free to reach out for me. My contact information, including my cell phone, are on the back. If you have any questions whatsoever. Thanks again.
Thanks, Eric. So real quick, before we go around and do introductions, I do want to draw your attention to one thing that's in the black packet, because this is gonna have you filling out some information. So I've got a little bit of in-class work, if you will. Sir, do you need a packet, or are you good?
I'm good.
All right. This is kind of your guide for how you want to manage your chamber relationship. And so what this does is this is going to tell us a lot about what you want to accomplish with your chamber membership and help us work with you over the course of the next year to get that done. So just as we're going through the meeting today, think about those questions, jot down the notes in regards to those questions. Marcus, if you would, I'm going to have you end share so I can see everybody that's on the screen. And what we'll do is we'll just do a brief introduction, if you would, your name, the business that you represent, and if you've got a quick tagline. Having trouble?
Yes.
Okay. Call out the first person on your list.
All right, so we'll go with Brandy Collette. You would unmute and introduce yourself.
Good morning. I'm Brandy Collette with Arizona Total Home Restoration in Mesa. We do fire, mold, asbestos, so we can help remediate any situation at your home.
Thanks, Brandy.
We'll do Nicole Carantinos. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Yeah, that's right. I'm Nicole Carantinos. I have been in Mesa for 30 years. I am a real estate agent, residential real estate, mainly serving the East Valley.
Welcome, Nicole.
Thank you. Tamara Lusk. You would introduce yourself, please.
Hi, my name is Tamara Lusk, and I am from Alliance Bank of Arizona here in Mesa. Just started as the branch manager back in February. I'm excited to get involved in the community here. Just recently moved from California too. So all new to me, would love to get to know everyone though.
Well, cool. Welcome. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
Taryn Hoffman, you would please introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name's Taryn Hoffman. My company is Storm Lee. What do you do? I am starting a company that will be designing and selling fabrics. Yeah, good.
And from the zoo today. And
Next, Greg Madden.
Greg Mattern with Finance of America. I'm a residential commercial lender, and my tagline is, if you need a loan, don't feel alone. Call Greg Mattern with Finance of America.
I think you're going to get tagline of the year, Greg. Thank you. Next.
Thank you. And the last person in the chat, we have a phone number, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself.
Good morning. This is Pamela Priesthead. I'm with the We Serve Realtors. It's a trade organization. We used to be known as SEVRAR, and we represent about 26,000 members that are realtors and affiliates throughout the state of Arizona.
Well, thank you and welcome. So let's go around the room if we will. Good sir.
Hi everybody, I'm Chris Lofgreen with Lofgreen's Office Products. Lofgreen's Office Products, great prices, incredible service.
Hello everyone, I'm Linda Reeder. I'm with Tax Res. I'm an enrolled agent. Obviously, I know what everybody's favorite thing is, their taxes. I also offer tax resolution. And my catchphrase is making sense out of the nonsense.
Whoa, Greg, you might have somebody running for your money.
My name is Kevin Brown. I'm with Aurora Behavioral Health. We're the largest behavioral health system in the state of Arizona. And so we do inpatient and outpatient services. Obviously, over the last couple of years, it's been a little bit hectic for a lot of people. So we can meet a lot of the needs that people are having in that area.
Good morning, I'm Paula Sesmark. My company is Puppy Pleasers Natural Dog Treats. And my tagline is, if you would need it, why feed it to your dogs?
My name is Shane Dearson. I own Dearson Welding and Fabrication. Just started here a month ago. Don't have a tagline, we just build whatever you need. So.
We just build it.
We just build it.
Good morning, I'm Sean with Global Trade Specialists. We help with product development and product sourcing and manufacturing.
Welcome.
Good morning, my name is Ellie Potoff, and I'm with Allpay Credit Card Processing. I'm just learning this. This is all new to me. So good morning, and I'm just going to listen.
And that's okay. That's why you're in orientation.
Hi, I'm Al Bernard with Allpay. We are a credit card processing and point of sale service company. Thanks.
Welcome.
Hi, good morning. I'm Janice Rice. I'm here representing two companies today. I have Yane Consulting, which does small business bookkeeping, and Yane Consulting is your accounting made easy. I'm also here representing AJ Lending, and AJ Lending specializes in helping restaurants get funding. We help restaurants put food on the table.
That was good.
Yes.
That was good.
Good morning. My name is Melissa. I am with United Food Bank. So kind of appropriate. So we are helping to feed those who are less fortunate in our community who need our help. And I'm excited to be one of your ambassadors. We have a great team.
All right, so that takes care of this slide, which is starting with you guys. As you know, you've met Eric already. Marcus Campbell is our assistant to communications, and he is running For those of you virtually, Marcus is in charge of your visual experience over there. Feel free to use the chat room to introduce yourselves to each other. Do remember that when you chat, whether it's directly to somebody else or to the group, those chats will appear on the big screen in front of the TV. Hasn't happened to anybody yet, but I thought I would throw that out there as a warning. So, a quick mention of tiers. So there's a lot going on right now at the Chamber. One of the things that we've done is we have made a transition from a membership base that was based on the number of employees that you have to a membership base that's based on tiers in terms of what you want to do with your Chamber membership. So as we go through the presentation, if there's something that seems a little bit different than maybe what your conversation with Susan was about or anything like that, certainly feel free to stop me and ask me about it, because there may be some transition for those of you that have been with us for a while and versus those of you that have joined in the last 2 or 3 months. So that's what that's about. So what is the vision and the mission of the Chamber? It's very simple. Our vision is to be the recognized resource and celebrated leader, business leader in the community. So it's very simple, very straight ahead. And we really want to improve, promote, and advocate for our businesses. I mean, the simpler we can make our what we do for you, the better. And that's what everything that we do feeds towards. So happy to answer any questions at any point if you have a question on that, but it is simple. So there are 4 elements to making the most of your Mesa Chamber membership. Element 1 is understanding your benefits. And that's why you're here today. You're here today because you want to kind of get a handle on all of the things that are available to you. And there are a lot of things. Element 2 is to make a plan. So that's kind of what this worksheet, and I apologize for those of you at home, what that worksheet is about. Is up to help you start to create a plan of action, what you want to accomplish, so that we know what you want so we can help you get there. One of the biggest things that people tell us when they don't renew their membership is they don't feel like they got anything out of it. So we really want to be proactive to know what you want to get out of it so that we can help you achieve that. And that's part of what that worksheet does. Step 3 is follow through. So we can do everything that we can, but at the end of the day, whatever that plan is, we're going to need your help to follow through on it. So we're going to need you to keep it in your mind. It doesn't have to necessarily be front of mind, but enough in your mind that you're following through on the things that we've talked about and you've told us you want to accomplish. The last one's probably the most important, and that's adapting to change. So especially true of people who had their business running into March of 2020, right? 2020 seemed like it was going to be a great year. Everything was going well, excited, and then all of a sudden, everything changed, right? So you had to change everything about your business. The same is true for your Chamber membership. You should always be aware of what's changing for you in your business and adjust what you want to get out of your Chamber membership to accommodate that. So that's why communicating with us, communicating with your ambassador, communicating with your fellow Chamber members is so important, because that helps us help you to do the Mr. McGuire quote there. So here's your support. You've got a lot of support in the Chamber. Here's your Chamber staff, all the way from Sally, who introduced herself earlier, all the way to our intern, Tara Christensen, who's with us for another month or so. You always have access to whomever you need for whatever you need. And I will tell you, this is on the website, so if you need it, no, it's all good. You can take a picture. But it is on the website, so if you ever need somebody's email, just mesachamber.org, you can grab it. Or just call us and say, hey, who do I talk to about this? Or talk to your ambassador. Your ambassador will help you as well. So your ambassador, speaking of your ambassador, so your ambassador basically is someone that is a Chamber member that has enough tenure with the Chamber that they kind of are comfortable with how the Chamber works. And so we ask them to act as sort of an onboarding specialist for new members. So Melissa, if you want to kind of just real quick do an overview of the program.
Excuse me, absolutely, yeah. So each new member gets assigned their own personal ambassador, and we're really just there to guide you, help you, and introduce you around when we see you at events, and just be there when you have questions. Hey, is this a good fit? Or like Bob said, I started out doing this, I need to change it. What do she can brainstorm with me and we could absolutely help out. And if there's something that you ask us we don't know, we can obviously find that out for you, which will revert back to the slide prior to this. Call somebody at the chamber who's going to be able to know and to help. And just to help you feel comfortable and you know what it feels to be the new person in the room. And so you're on a fun adventure to meet a lot of people in that time.
So you've got a number of ambassadors. For those of you that are very, very new, like in the last couple of days, you probably haven't been introduced to your ambassador yet. What we do is we gather once a month, we assign the ambassador to the new member, and then the ambassador reaches out. So if these all names seem Greek to you right now, that's okay, because that's just the way that happens. There are two types of benefits, and this is kind of very fundamental. This kind of goes back to understanding why you're a member of the chamber, and there are two types of benefits. The first type I call concurrent, or meaning things that are happening to your benefit while you're running your business, because you're not always going to have time to go to the networking event. You're not always going to have time to sponsor something or what have you. There are a number of benefits that are happening ongoing for you while you are doing your business. So one of those are the concurrent benefits. So the digital directory listing. So one of the great things about a chamber is that in the world of Google and in the world of SEO and in the digital world, chambers are a trusted resource. And what that means is that their directory, you'll usually see a chamber listing within the first 5 of the organic search results when you do a search for a business. That's that credibility piece, right? So that's that piece that says, oh, hey, they're a member of a chamber. They've invested in that. So that's one of the things that's happening to your benefit while you're running your business. The other is the Compass Resource Guide. So Compass, and I remembered to give myself a copy of this. Compass is our community-based magazine. It's a fantastic resource. The great thing about this resource is that all of our members that we have are in a directory in the back of the magazine. And you think, well, that's cool. But yeah, okay. But we hand deliver these. So we work with our partner at the Arizona Republic, and we deliver these to 22,000 homes in Mesa each year when we put out the new edition. So we're putting this in people's houses. In addition, we take another 5,000 copies and we distribute it out to all of our larger employers. So the hotels, the resorts, Boeing, MD Helicopter, all of the bigger employers, the airports. So what we're doing is we're putting this resource where people are going to get it, and we're putting it where people have access to it. So it's a great sort of static, constant reminder that your business is available to people. So again, this is always happening on your benefit, even while you're running your business. The third is probably the one that most people probably don't think about too often until it bites them. And that's the advocacy piece. And the advocacy piece can be anything from government relations to, hey, we're doing something in our industry and we need some representation to make this change. We're always advocating on behalf of our members. We actually maintain a lobbyist for that purpose. So we're always trying to keep our ear to the ground, looking to hear what's going on out there, finding the trends in business. And if there's a way for us to be an advocate on behalf of our membership, we're doing that. I would spend a lot of time on the example for that. I always talk about, I don't know if anybody remembers the ADA lawsuit issue that came up about 3 or 4 years ago. That whole issue started when that lawyer was working on the west side doing this, basically, finding small businesses whose parking had some violation of the Americans with Disabilities Act, and then he would file a lawsuit against them, and then immediately follow up the lawsuit with a letter that's saying he would settle for X amount of dollars. If you're a small business and you're faced with the idea that you got to deal with a lawsuit, or you can just give this guy X amount of dollars and take care of it, a lot of small businesses got suckered for that. So, of course, he was filing thousands on thousands of these lawsuits. And then he started coming over towards the East Valley to do that. And we found out about it because one of our members actually asked us about it and said, hey, can you look into this? Something seems weird here. So we did. We looked into it. We found out it was happening all over the valley. We held a special meeting over at the Delta. We had 100 and something people show up. It became a really big deal. It blew up. We got our extended advocacy group involved, which is the East Valley Chambers of Commerce Alliance. They took it to the state capitol, changed the law, got the guy disbarred. Although I've heard he's started showing up doing something else now, which is interesting. But the idea is that as long as we know what's going on and we have the ability and the resources to take action, that's what we're here for. You know, we're here to do those sorts of things and to catch those sorts of things. So now, this is my favorite slide because I deal with all the digital stuff. So your profile in the Mesa Chamber website can do a lot of things for you. It's almost like a mini website. So you can build multimedia. So you can post pictures in your profile. You can put a video in your profile. You can do job opportunities. You can create events. You can create press releases. If you've seen the notice that we put out for Chamber Media Week, which is next week, we actually have an entire hour just dedicated to this and how you can maximize your chamber profile and the resources that are available to you. But there's a lot of different things that you can do. Obviously, you can register for events. And you can always edit this is one of the ones that people don't seem to realize. You can always edit your profile information. So if your phone number changes, or if you have a new staff member, if there's something that changes about your business, you are always free to go in and make those changes on your profile. You do not have to wait for us to do it for you. And we really do encourage you, go in and make those changes because that keeps you current. Just so you know, the directory was accessed 5,800 times in May. So we average, so in the summer it slows down a little bit. So we average anywhere from 5,500 all the way up to about 8,000 times a month that somebody will access what we do. So it's a very, very well accessed resource. And the great thing about it is it's very, very focused. So people that are looking for a business in Mesa will look in that directory because they want a business in Mesa. So that's an important thing to remember. And then, of course, the flip side of the things that are happening on your behalf are, of course, the things that you can participate in. So thank you for being here because this is one of the first things that you get to participate in. So, but there's all kinds of stuff that we do. I think at one point we had close to 400 different events a year. It'll take us a little bit of time to get back to that, but we'll get back to that. But we do monthly events. So we do a morning mixer. We do a TV show, which I can talk a little bit about, called Mesa Morning Live. We partner with our local Channel 11 over here. And usually once a month we get together, we host an event. We have guests, anybody from John McCain to, I don't know, Eric, who else have we had? We had
Police chief, fire chief.
Yeah, I mean, you name
district
it.
superintendents, mayor.
Yeah, you name it. I mean, we even get the mayor to host, so, you know. But it's a great morning. It's a great networking morning, and you learn a lot about Mesa through that event. Taste of Mesa, which is actually happening next Tuesday over at Los Sombreros. If you haven't registered yet, I think we have 6 spots left for that. It's gonna be a popular event. Women's networking group is also happening the week after next, I think. And that is a fantastic opportunity for women professionals to get together and kind of work with each other and network. That happens over at the Holiday Inn. And then coffee time. Coffee time fits in kind of with sort of some of our casual events. So coffee time, ribbon cuttings, not morning mixer, but happy hours. Pretty casual. There's no itinerary. There's no agenda. You just kind of show up and you get to network with people and hang out. Very nice. It's very relaxed. There's no expectations. And then we do some really nice big annual events. So State of the City. Did anybody watch the State of the City this year? So we couldn't do an in-person event. So we actually created a Mesa Flix sort of TV show. You can actually watch it if you go to the chamber site. we link to it, or if you just go online and just search for Mesa Flicks, you'll find it. It's about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. It's really good. If you want to know what's happening in Mesa, watch it, because they talk about all the different development that's happening all around the city. It's really a great, it's entertaining too. Who knew? Your city council could be TV stars. We do annual awards dinner. Well, normally we do an annual awards dinner, which is this would talk about. So if you get a chance, you can look at that. But basically every year, under normal circumstances, we'd bring everybody together. We'd have a great evening. We'd do sort of an entertaining floor show, and we'd give out some awards to our members for the work that they do over the course of the year. So we'll pick that back up here in 2022. Aviation Fascination, we are super duper excited about Aviation Fascination. So has anybody been to Aviation Fascination? I know Mel, Mark, yeah, okay. So we partner with Heliponents up at Falcon Field, and we invite a bunch of vintage aircraft to come in and be put on display. And it's a free event for the public. So we get about 1,000 people that show up in the course of 2 hours. And what we do is we hire a band, we put up some lights, we invite PD, we invite fire, they come in, they set up displays, we set up a bunch of airplanes, we invite Boeing to bring over their Apache helicopter, and we just have a party. It's just a big fun party. So it's great to bring your kids through, they get to see all these vintage aircraft, they get to participate in some fun games, we give away a bunch of stuff, so members give us prizes to give away. It's really a fun and engaging event. It's my favorite of the bigger events that we do. So we're going to do that in November 14th. There are opportunities for members to have a tabletop. So if you'd like to be represented as a tabletop where people can talk to you about your business, let us know, because we're starting to sign those up right now. And we also, if you're interested in sponsoring, well, of course you can sponsor that event. And then for the golf lovers, as any chamber would do, we do a golf tournament. We do try to put our own little spin on it, so we have a good time with that. Eric provides us with some fantastic signs for that, and we just run around the golf course and have a good day. It's a lot of fun. So, I don't know, what questions do you have? How are you guys doing out there? You guys doing all right? Everybody at home doing okay? All right, give Marcus a thumbs up.
I'm getting thumbs up.
Okay, all right, very good.
I appreciate it.
All right, so we have a lot of ways for you to improve your business acumen. A lot of ways. And the way that we think about it is that depending on where you're at in your business development and where you are personally in your business development, we'd like to try and give you a tool to help you improve either yourself or your business. So we have, for leadership development, we have something called the Mesa Chamber Emerging Leadership Institute. We did this for the first time in March. We had Larry Young come in, and he taught for 3 days, 6 sessions. You kind of got to come and go as you wanted, so that you could see one of the sessions or do what have you. We have the Mesa Chamber Excellence in Business Forum presented by the Mesa Chamber CEO. If you can say it, you can attend it. That's the challenge with that. But that's actually a new event that we're creating where it's less of sitting in a classroom and more kind of getting some thought leadership on stuff. So it's a really good sort of midday, half-day thing that we're looking at giving everybody. And then the Capital Opportunity Investor Forum, we have a program called Capital Opportunity where we try to match members that want to grow their business with some sponsors to get them some capital. And so we create an event around that every year. For leadership access, there's the Mayor's Annual Business Executive Forum and the presentations and events with selected officials at all levels. So you're going to see over the course of the year, we're going to have a lot of different ways for you to engage civically with either the council member of a particular district or the mayor or what have you. Great opportunities if you want to, one, get to know those people, but two, kind of get your ear on what's going on in the community. So, all right. An extension of that is the advocacy efforts and councils. So we are a member, I kind of mentioned it earlier, the East Valley Chambers of Commerce Alliance. That's a group of 7 chambers that kind of come together to advocate on a stronger level. So I think it represents about 15,000 businesses at this point. And it's a really, really powerful kind of come together, one message kind of group. And then of course, we're a member of the United States Chamber of Commerce, which was fantastic when the pandemic started, because a lot of times, a lot of the stuff that was coming down from the federal level in terms of requirements, in terms of some of the aid that was coming down, we needed some help to kind of articulate that. And they came through in a big way for us. So they were doing a lot of presentations to help us and you guys understand everything that was happening at the federal level. You, of course, as a member, you're welcome to be involved in the councils or programs. So we have a number of different councils. And what we do is we look for opportunities where industries kind of are coming together and they have common elements amongst the industry that need to be addressed. So when we find that, then we say, hey, let's get everybody together. Let's talk about it. Let's figure out what that means. So the newest one, I think, is the financial network. And that came about because both of our senators are on the Senate Finance Committee. So it gave us an opportunity to say, hey, we need to help them with information that they can use when they're talking about different bills and stuff to make sure that, you know, they're basically doing the Arizona finance industry solid. So we pulled our finance members together and they meet once a month to talk about those issues that are common amongst them. And it kind of expands over time, right? So we started talking about some different subjects that impact the industry overall. And the same is true for all of these, whether it's government affairs, aging and healthcare, nonprofit vitality council. That was a huge, huge council over the course of the pandemic, because that was the way for our nonprofits to come together and kind of work together and figure out what needed to be done. We had a lot of people that needed help during the pandemic, whether they lost their homes, whether they weren't able to get health care, whatever it was that they were struggling with, food insecurity. We were able to pull our nonprofits together and they were able to say, hey, I need this, does anybody have this? Oh, I've got that, but I need this, can you guys? So they were able to coordinate with each other and get services and things done on a level that we've never seen before. It was really kind of fantastic. Community involvement and partnerships. So we do a ton in the community, and part of the reason that we do a ton in the community is because we know that you guys don't necessarily have the time to do a ton. So we kind of do that on your behalf. So everything that we do, you do, if that makes sense. Because remember, we are an extension of you as a business. So your investment in your chamber membership is allowing these things to happen. So whether it's the hydration campaign that Melissa kind of coordinates and champions for the city through the food bank on behalf of the county, or if it's the Veterans Resource Center that we partnered with Mesa United Way to get made downstairs. So if you want, we can show you that today. To Make a Difference Day that happens, the city does that every October, and we're always a big participant in that. To Mesa Sister Cities, which actually was a program that started out of the chamber. To Small Business Saturday, which is kind of a fun impromptu wander around downtown Mesa and take pictures in front of chamber members that are celebrating Small Business Saturday. To some more organized stuff. So we do a junior chamber, which is a partnership that we have with Bennett 18. And we invite some of their students to actually for the year kind of ingrain themselves in the chamber business. So they get to meet members, they learn how business runs. And you know, for them, it's about finding the right business that they may want to work at when they graduate. You know, for us, of course, we get some help. And for you guys, you get to start to meet that next generation of person. You know, so it's an opportunity for you to interact with some of these kids that are about to graduate and say, you know, I'm looking for somebody. Is this the person that might fit for me? We do young professionals. So if your organization has somebody that's younger than me, much younger than me, like, we give them an opportunity to come together and work together and network together and build friendships and relationships and do things together so that they can start to gain some of that sort of acumen, if you will, with each other in a safe environment for that. And then Friends of the Chamber. So I don't like to call it the mob because it's not, but we like to keep you in the chamber for your entire natural life. So at some point, I'm sure you would all like to retire from whatever it is that you're doing. But of course, we at the chamber don't necessarily want you to retire. So we created a special membership level of Friend of the Chamber. And so if you've retired and you still want to do stuff and you want to be active in what we do, we actually give you an opportunity to do that. So you can still be engaged in the activities and the things that we do. And then we have kind of some of the partnerships that we have. Mesa Community College, this is actually their campus that we're on. We have a fantastic partnership with them. It manifests itself in a couple of ways. One is Green Flag Mesa, which is a business incubator that we run right out of the room next door. And it allows MCC students that want to start a business to have a pathway so that they can get in and they have a space to work and they can meet you guys as people that are already running businesses and they can learn how to successfully run a business. It gives them access to tools and to resources and to experience that they wouldn't necessarily have access to normally. So we do that. We've just started something called the App Boutique. So Mesa Community College has been working very, very hard to build some relationships in programming and high tech and those kinds of areas. And so they've got some strategic partnerships in that regard. And so they're training people to be programmers. And so we asked them, well, what's going to happen when they get trained? Like, you give them a certificate, what are they going to do? Oh, well, we don't know. Well, what if we could keep them in Mesa and we could start to build a digital economy for our businesses, where our businesses can get apps and our businesses can start to take advantage of some of those digital opportunities? Well, that would be great. Okay, so let's build something for it. So we built the App Boutique, which gives our students the opportunity to work with businesses to build apps while they're still going through the certification process, so that more businesses in Mesa will have apps. And then there will be basically an economy where these students will have a way to stay in Mesa, because now there'll be apps out there that need to be maintained. And then there'll be people that are aware of apps as an option. And so we're going to start to build that economy. We just started that a year ago. And our first two projects are nearing completion. So the first project that we did with this was around the teen suicide issue that's happening here in the East Valley. We've lost a lot of kids to teen suicide. We decided that was not acceptable. We approached MCC. MCC said, you know what, you're right, it's not, and we have a way we can help. So we partnered with them using the App Boutique. We have built an app around communication and around connection and around helping these kids find a way to get some of these needs addressed. We're about to go into testing on it. If we can get it tested, then we can get it distributed. We're working on getting it funded on the back end. So there's a lot going on with that. So the other project is building an app for one of our local businesses, downtown Mesa Coffee Shop. And we're hoping to get them an app built that they can then turn around and use to have people, you know, so that I can order my coffee here before I go over there and I can just pick it up. So it's really just selfish. It's just a selfish endeavor. No, but anyway, the idea is that we leverage the tools and what everybody else wants to accomplish to the benefit of everybody. And that's why we're here. So business referral groups. Normally, I would ask Chris to talk about this, but I've heard that just yesterday, someone very special, whose name shall remain Greg, accepted the opportunity to lead a new group. And so I thought I would ask Greg to talk about business referral groups.
Oh, well, thank you, Bob, for the opportunity. Business referral groups are one of my favorite part of the chamber. There's many things, but what I love about the referral groups is it allows you to meet on a regular basis with, whether it's 5, 10, 20, 25, 30 people, depending on the group, and really get to know that group of people and almost have them be an extension of your sales community. They get to know you, they get to know what you do, you get to know the other people in the group, you get to learn, love, and trust what they do and them, so that you can become an advocate of them and their business out in the community. So that I'm really excited about taking the lead of one of the new leads groups, and I'm looking forward to the coming year.
Thanks, Greg. And one of the things that we've learned going through COVID was there was an opportunity for our leads groups to have some flexibility in regards to how they meet and how they get their business done. So because our groups all had to go virtual for the course of the pandemic, some of the groups decided that they felt that was in their best interest to stay virtual now that we're coming out of the pandemic. So we actually now are building a model where we have 3 groups right now that kind of meet in person, or they kind of do a hybrid thing. And we're creating 2 new groups that meet only virtually. So you can be a part of a business referral group if you like getting together and you like that face-to-face interaction. I know Chris is a part of the Superstition group, Mel's a part of the Superstition group, and Eric is Superstition too?
Yes.
Who else is, anybody else, any other group?
We're joining.
Publicly.
Okay.
We're joining.
Are you? Okay. So whether you like to meet in person or you prefer the flexibility to be able to meet virtually, we've got a group to fit that. So it gives you that kind of flexibility that you need to work the way that you want to work. So the reason I kind of put Greg on the spot is Greg just yesterday accepted the chair position of our newest group, which will be the Mesa-Gilbert Virtual Business Group West. So we'll have a West group and an East group to go with our person groups, which and Riverview and Central Mesa. It's a lot to remember. But if you're interested, Linda Haskell is actually the coordinator for the groups here as a staff member, and I'm sure she would love to talk to you about that. Of course. Oh, Affinity Programs. Such to talk about. Affinity Programs are pretty straight ahead. It's a program where a business has come to us and said, hey, we want to offer a discount to your members, a special discount, an exclusive discount to your members. And we want to give you a thank you for offering that discount. So how it works is each group decides, hey, we're going to offer this to your membership. And then anybody that takes advantage of it, when they do, we're going to give the chamber a thank you. We can't call it a rebate, but thank you for doing that. So we have a number of them right now, including Lofgreen's office supplies. It took me a little bit of time to get him on the slide, so I like to draw a little bit of extra attention to him just to make up for that. Well, you know, that's what friends are for, right? But you'll notice we have them with American Express, we have them with Cox, Office Depot, Lofgreen's, American Payment Solutions, Lifestyle Business Plans, which I think is going to change here this month. We are now adding one for Advanced Champion cleaning supplies.
I'm not sure if it's paper.
Paper
I don't know what their
products.
name is, but
Yeah.
it's janitorial cleaning.
Janitorial cleaning supplies. So we're going to be adding a one for them. And we're always kind of keeping an eyeball out. So if you want to know more about that, that's something that I guess I usually coordinate. So you're welcome to check in with me on that. All right. Now, I'm not going to spend hardly any time on this because this is basically the focus of the entire week next week, which is advertising and sponsorship. These are the ways that you can participate in expanding your business presence using chamber tools. And so each day next week, we're going to focus on a different area. So Monday, as I kind of said earlier, Monday will be about all the things that are included in your membership investment. Tuesday is going to be all about sponsorships. Wednesday is advertising. Thursday, we're going to talk specifically about media. So podcasts, Mesa Morning Live, all the different sort of multimedia ways for you to engage your business and promote it through chamber tools. So I'm not going to spend any more time on that. Just all of the meetings next week are free to attend. Hi, Sherry. Sherry Eklund, everybody. Give Sherry Eklund a round of applause. I just do that just to get them. All of the meetings next week are free to attend. You just RSVP, let me know you're coming, so that we know how many people will be in the room. So don't hesitate to do that. I do want to talk a little bit about tiers. So as we kind of proceed through this year and into next year, we're transitioning our members as they would renew. Normally, our membership in the past had been based on the number of employees that you had. We're moving forward with a membership that's based on what you want to get out of your chamber membership. So it's based on the benefits that you want to get. So each tier has its own set of benefits. So Linda's integral to helping you kind of work through that. If you are not, if you're just not, you want to be like, what do I get? Like, what's in my tier? Linda's your gal. And we're going to talk to you through the year. This is another reason that worksheet is so important. This is going to help us know if we need to either adjust your tier up or down, depending on what you need out of your chamber membership. So the more you can tell us, the more we can make sure that we're doing the best thing for you. So what's next? How's everybody doing? Questions, comments, concerns? Anything on fire? Anybody see anything? Okay, we're good. All right. So for new members, your ambassador will reach out to you. So Teresa, our administrative assistant, will do an introduction email that says, hey, we just wanted to let you know this is your ambassador. And then your ambassador will reach out to you and kind of follow up and try and set up a meeting with you because they want to get to know you. Melissa is a fantastic chair. She's teaching the ambassadors how to effectively onboard new members. And then at 90 days, we're going to try and send you a survey that kind of checks in with you and sees how you're doing. So, you know, again, we want to make sure we know where you're at all times, because that's how we can make sure that your investment's paying off for you. If you're an existing member and you've been with us for a long time, maybe you haven't had contact with your ambassador, or you don't know who your ambassador is, or what have you, reach out, ping us, say, hey, you know, I've been disconnected for a little while. I need to get reconnected. And we will make sure that we do that for you. So 9 minutes to spare. Look at me. Remember the chamber motto, the world belongs to those who show up. And this is why this is so important, because you've got to be present to win, right? In most things in life. But whether it's physically appearing at events, whether it's physically participating in the things that you're passionate about, or whether it's just, you know, sending an email once every 3 months that says, hey, I'm just checking in. I hope everything's good. We're doing well. If we need you, we'll call you. Being present is a huge piece of your chamber investment. And here's another reason why. If you're on our radar, because remember, there are 900 members now. If you're on our radar, when the time comes for us to, somebody reaches out to us and says, hey, do you know somebody that does such and such? We're gonna remember who the most recent contact we've had is to be the person that we refer them to. So the more that you're kind of checking in, you know, just saying hi, even if it's whatever it is, even the more we kind of, you stay in front of our mind, the more we're gonna be able to say, oh yeah, I just talked to so-and-so the other day, we need their contact info. So we're an important thing, we're an important connection for you in that regard as well. So I'm happy to answer any questions from the folks at home if you have any questions. Otherwise, hit me.
Stay connected to Mesa Chamber social media, email newsletters, Monday morning message, and mesachamber.org to always know what's happening at your Mesa Chamber.